All right, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, it's going to be a righteous rant / in transit, and I just want to say a few things on some current events and, touch on some speculation, some things that people are saying that could happen, So with no further ado, let's hop inside of that, Right here you see it says breaking. Biden has 48 hours left. Drop out or lose $90 million. You see that? They want Biden to drop out of the elections after his presidential debate, and also he had a speech after that. If you watch the presidential debate, man, Biden couldn't put two sentences together, man. Shit, one sentence together. He was stumbling over his words constantly. He was losing his train of thought constantly. He was looking like he was just out of it, like he was just somewhere the hell else right there. And his voice sounded distorted and muffled. It was a terrible debate. They tried to clean it up. He tried to have a press conference, a speech or something afterwards, not too long after it. He fucked up on that. He called Zelensky, which is the president of Ukraine, he called him Putin. He called Kamala Harris President Trump. Hey, come on, man. This dude's out of his fucking mind. And they're asking him to step down. All right? You have two things. You have people wanting to invoke an amendment that gets him. This amendment states that if the president is mentally unfit to be the president, then the vice president has to take his role. He has to say, I'm going to step down, and then the vice president will take his role as president. Or they're asking him that as well. And they don't want him to run for the presidential elections. They want to swap him out with somebody, either Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama. All right. See, major things is happening right now, man. I've never seen something like this happen in my lifetime. And he already came out and said that he ain't going to do it. So what's going to happen? You have people speculating that he's not going to budge, that Biden is going to stay in there until the end. And not just that, they're also saying that the elites may try to assassinate him and blame it on the Trump supporters. All right. And if that happens, what would that bring about? That'll bring about martial law. They can then begin going after the Trump supporters and throwing them into, FEMA camps, so forth and so on. And a lot of these Trump supporters are armed, Second Amendment, believing in Edomites, man. Part of militias and some more shit. So they ain't going to go out without a fight. And plus, a lot of these Trump supporters already know about the deep state, which is the Illuminati. Their agenda, the New World Order agenda. They hip to Esau's New World Order agenda. Don't you forget the Million MAGA March. Right? They hip. That's why he had over 1 million Edomites over there marching on the Capitol. All right, you remember when they broke in the Capitol, the insurrection? Right. That was because they was protesting or going against the government, rebelling against the government, because they hip to Esau's agenda, the elite's agenda, the New World Order agenda. See that? So if they assassinate Biden, which that's the word right now. If they do that, a lot could happen. It's lucky I'm driving. I gotta drive for myself and other people. But right, if they assassinate Biden, man, a lot can happen. They implement martial law, and they can start, with the false flag terrorist attacks, which they're also saying that they're going to do false flags on black churches and black-owned colleges, so forth and so on, to try to stir up a race war too. And we know race war and civil war, these is prophecies, man. All right? These are prophecies. So I think pursuant to 2nd Ezra 15 and 15, I believe. All right. But right, man. Hey, just this is just a quick little video getting into what's happening right now in the White House, and also the speculation. Let's play this video just a little bit and hear what he's talking about.
President Joe Biden has about 48 hours left. This is coming out from Democratic donors. We're hearing that they're going to be withholding $90 million to the largest pro-Biden super PAC if he stays on the ticket. And essentially, there's an ultimatum for Joe Biden. He needs to step down, no longer move forward, or they're going to be withholding all this money. This is not only going to be negatively impacting Joe Biden directly, but also the Democratic Party and all those that are on the ticket. So they're saying it is time for him to step down. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that Biden is going to be stepping down? Now, this is coming after we saw that disastrous debate is the word that they used. They said that the money was absolutely shutting off. We heard President Joe Biden saying he would not be stepping down unless the Lord Almighty himself came down and told him that he needed to step down. And we also heard them say, well, what if they said that Kamala Harris would be a better candidate against former President Donald Trump? And he said, none of the polls are saying that I cannot beat him, only if they said I absolutely had no chance. Well, we're hearing that might be changing, as now we're hearing,
I never thought that the shirt I wore to school one spring morning would lead to a federal lawsuit.
Salakia on that. What's going on?
The reaction from the adults were
that it looks like the donors have decided for him that $90 million will be taken away from the Democratic Party if Biden stays on the ticket. They're saying the Biden campaign fundraising is now in a disastrous situation. Let me know your thoughts. Now, in addition to that, this comes as we saw this unfold with George Clooney. George Clooney had called for President Biden to drop out of the race, who was one of the largest supporters of the Democratic Party. George Clooney coming out and saying, listen, I cannot with a good heart move forward supporting Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. He said the Joe Biden that I knew back when he ran as vice president with Obama, the Joe Biden that I knew that ran back in 2020, this is not the same Joe Biden. He literally said that the Joe Biden that you saw on the debate stage, this is the real Joe Biden right now. That is his current state. And he said that I cannot support him. I ask him to drop out of the race. So this came out from George Clooney. Now, if that wasn't enough, all of these calls, we're seeing, I think it's roughly 20 now, members of the Democratic Party in Congress asking for him to step down. In addition to that, we're hearing that in the last 24 hours, President Joe Biden has met with Hakeem Jeffries, as some House Democrats are calling for him to leave the 2024 campaign. So this is getting serious right now, as Hakeem Jeffries is stepping out. And we're also hearing that Nancy Pelosi is starting to question this. Somebody who said that he should move forward with this, Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, George Clooney. Now we're going to be seeing what Obama does, because that could have a huge impact in it. And again, as I've shared with you as well, that we've heard that the person that will be coming in will be Kamala Harris if they can get Biden to step away. And now the donors are putting pressure. Now they've requested to remain anonymous. They don't want people to know who they are. I'm going to share with you the details on this. Now, after this live stream, I'm going to link all of these articles in the description for you. Right now, I was just trying to get live on my phone, so they're not available at the moment. What I'm going to be doing is after this, I will include all of these in the description. But it's coming out all across the headlines right now that we're hearing that Democratic donors are going to be withholding $90 million to the largest pro-Biden super PAC if he stays on the ticket, according to reports. So, man, let me know your thoughts. They're saying that Kamala Harris will be replacing Biden here very soon. Now, this, as I mentioned, is breaking news that's coming out today, 24. It's Friday. This just coming out that the donors are going to be pulling this money, and we'll be seeing what happens.
Hey, so there you have it. And just imagine if that speculation is correct. Let's say something happens, to Joe Biden. Hey, they can shut everything down. Shit can start to pop. You know, they can have a reason to throw people into the concentration camps. Don't forget, they tried in the FEMA camps. They tried that before. They said these Trump supporters need to be re-educated, and they were pushing re-education camps on Fox News, on the news. Period. Mainstream media. They were pushing that. So hey, this is something to just keep your eye on. You know, and brothers, stay on your watch. Stay on your watch. You know, and I just want to say this before I, exit the video. Don't be one of them brothers who don't know what the hell is going on in the earth. All right, we supposed to be on our watch, which means what? We supposed to know what's going on around the world, man. How are you supposed to be on your watch if you're not looking at news and current events and then filtering it through the scriptures? All right, stay on your watch. All right, that was pretty much it. Hope was edifying with that. Shalom.